Now guys, the list of most powerful passports across the globe has been unveiled, and so has Canada unveiled its latest brand new redesigned Canadian passport. And well, both of these events have coincided. I think it is about time that we looked at the superpowers of a Canadian passport, because not only is it powerful enough to take you places, I think even if you want to take it back home after you get that citizenship, it will give you tons of benefits. So in this video today, let's just have a look at what are the benefits and what are the superpowers of getting a Canadian passport, and should you get one. To answer this question, please be sure to watch the video till the end. My name is Sahil. Guys, welcome back once again. My name is Sahil and I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and I practice in Ontario. My office is here. If you have to get in touch with me, my number is on the screen and the details are there in the description box. More than happy to connect with you. Before we proceed any further, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, because we talk a lot about Canadian immigration. And if you are an aspirant of moving to Canada, then this is a channel that you must be subscribed to all the time. Now guys, as you already know that Canada is an immigrant friendly country. Multicultural, safe, developed economy whatsoever. It is a part of the North American ecosphere. Now, since Canada has all of those benefits attached to it, it is one of the most biggest choice or the top choice for immigrants when they think of moving abroad outside their current home country. Now, since Canada is one of the top choices for a lot of people, I think it is important to look at one of the benefits or the biggest benefits of why should people move to Canada. Now, personally, as I think there are tons of benefits attached to moving to Canada, but one of the most candid and the most sought out benefit that anybody can definitely vouch for is that Canada has one of the most powerful passports across the globe. Now guys, the Henley Passport Index report was recently released in the month of January 2023, and this particular report has ranked the Canadian passport as the 8th most powerful passport alongside Australia and the other countries. Now, as per this report, they actually look at benchmarking 199 countries across the globe. They look at the convenience that these passports offer to its holders. So anybody who has those passports, this particular report will look at the kind of benefits that it has to offer, and then they prepare an index and giving each passport a particular visa-free score or probably the other benefits along, attached along with it. Now, as per this report, like I told you, Canada has ranked number 8 on the on the score of this particular report, and it is definitely worth having a look at that what are the benefits that come along with this particular Canadian passport. Now, the first biggest benefit of getting a Canadian passport is that Canada allows, or the Canadian passport allows, visa-free international travel to its holders. Now, this particular visa-free number is hitting 185 at the moment, which will include visa-free travel, which means that no hassle of getting a visa before traveling. It could either be visa-free or visa on arrival or anything like that. But the person does not really have to worry about getting a visa before thinking of hopping onto that next plane. So this is a big convenience, especially when business travelers, business visitors have to think of moving abroad or traveling to particular countries for a business travel. People really tend to get into that worry of getting a visa, whether it will be approved or not, refusals whatsoever. But with that particular Canadian passport, I don't think you will have to worry about getting a visa anymore. The next is getting a dual citizenship. It is an extremely important topic because Canada allows dual citizenship. Now, what it says is that once you have a Canadian passport, you can choose to go ahead and to another country and get that visa or their own citizenship. Now, Canada will not have any issues in you getting that second citizenship, and you can have those passports alongside. Now, there are tons of countries that do not allow dual citizenship, and a lot of those people then have to make a trade-off whether to keep a Canadian citizenship or the citizenship of the native country. But say for example, if you have a citizenship from US and then of Canada, then you could probably keep both of them as long as US allows dual citizenship. From the Canadian side, it is absolutely fine to have a dual citizenship. The next is like free to live abroad. Now, what Canada says is that it has no issues in its Canadian citizens living abroad, which means if you, for example, got your Canadian citizenship, if you got your Canadian passport, they have no issues in its citizens living abroad, earning abroad. There are no issues of taxes, in fact, because as long as you're not a resident of Canada, you don't have to pay taxes in Canada. So with that freedom, the person can actually go ahead and live outside. If they are working in Canada, they would obviously get the benefits of free health and whatsoever. But once its citizens are actually living abroad, say for example, a lot of Canadian citizens choose to move to Dubai or Philippines or Vietnam, where they can get cheaper, places to live and low cost of living. They are absolutely fine in doing that, and the Canadian government has absolutely no issues in letting them do that. The next most important is that with the Canadian passport comes the freedom to look into certain job opportunities which are only kept limited to Canadian citizenship. Now, Canadian citizens have a certain sort of a level of security clearance. So that means until and unless you have that Canadian citizenship or a Canadian passport, you are not eligible to take or get into those jobs. But yes, of course, getting into those jobs comes with a lot of benefits like pension plans, taxation, and then you also have those benefits of health and all the other related benefits like, child benefits and whatsoever. So definitely a Canadian passport or a Canadian citizenship is of great benefits to tons of people. And like I told you, the last benefit that I think personally is the taxation policy. If you're not a resident of Canada, which means if you are outside Canada for more than 6 months, then you do not have to pay taxes here. Which means, say for example, if you're living in Dubai with a Canadian citizenship and you're living in Dubai for more than 6 months, then technically you are a tax resident of Dubai. And if Dubai chooses not to take any taxes from you, then you're absolutely fine by yourself. So with that particular policy and with that particular benefit of visa free travel and still getting the benefits of dual citizenship and whatsoever, I think the Canadian passport is really a good piece of freedom that you may have to your side. And then a lot of people, like I know a lot of business visitors, choose to have the Canadian passport by their side. Now guys, Canada recently unveiled its redesigned passport, which looks absolutely smashingly beautiful. Now guys, this particular new passport has been redesigned from cover to cover with the state-of-the-art security features and obviously the new artwork. It maintains its status as one of the most secure and the universally accepted travel document, as it is for all Canadians. Now, if you look at the designs, there are tons of new designs. A lot of maple leaves are spread around, and a couple of pictures have also been replaced. Now, guys, in terms of design, the passport holder's information will now be laser engraved instead of being printed with ink, and also this makes the data more durable, resistant to tampering and counterfeiting. Also, it includes a kinogram over the main photo, a custom see-through window that is a secondary image of the photo passport holder, and also a variable laser image and a temperature sensitive ink feature. Now, apart from this, they already are making reference to King Charles instead of Queen Elizabeth, and also the new passport will be available for people starting the month of July. They will take some time to get that new passport into action, but as from cover to cover, this particular new passport definitely looks a lot more beautiful, especially prettier than the previous passport, because the previous passport had issues of being rubbed off and stuff like that. I personally think this new passport really looks amazing, guys. I think Canadian passport, without a doubt, is one of the most powerful passports, and it's been benchmarked as well. And I think it is worth the effort that parents want to put into their future, into their kids' future, because then people get the freedom of using those benefits and then obviously living the life that they want to live abroad, anywhere, including inside Canada as well. So definitely I think you should also try to look at getting this particular passport, obviously by virtue of getting your PR first, or rather starting with a temporary program to a PR and then to a citizenship. Guys, if you want to know how to get this particular passport, or if you want to build your pathway to permanent residency in Canada, then you can obviously come to us, have a discussion on your profile. We would be more than happy to discuss your case with you going forward. Guys, if you want to discuss your case, please feel free to schedule a consultation and we would be more than happy to speak with you. Once again, I wish you all the best and I really hope to see you soon in Canada. All the best.